Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final set of the champion circuit for Europe today. My name is Rain Day, and I'm joined by Hi-Rez Pretty Hair. We're going to be casting for you, and we're going to get into the second-seeded team of Europe facing off against the last-seeded team again. Kings of the North had a chance to win. They weren't able to take any games or any rounds off of PERDO. But we'll see if D69, the second-place team in Europe, has the same gusto in their play today to completely dominate this last seed.
D69 sitting 3-2. Their two losses, of course, were to PERDO here. Taking a look at the map screen, we're going to be kicking things off in the fishing village,
Lovely.
baby. Let's go.
I love this map. This is a really beautiful map. It's one of the newer maps that have been introduced, and I think that's why it's more rare, because you don't have teams as experienced, as practiced in terms of what strategies work, what strategies more so you can get caught out if you don't go with, as we start to head into the Pixim bans for this first game.
Jaguar Falls is going to be banned out. Timbermill as well going to be banned out. Kings of the North won't have anything to do with that after the last series against PERDO.
No, they don't want to deal with that. Timbermill, I never want to see you again. And, you know, they've got Bugzy on the Knessa potentially there. So D69, they're going to draft out the EV, which seems to be a popular choice here in Europe. So that's going to be their first pick. And Kings of the North have the chance to answer with either some damage or potentially securing their tanks early on.
That's right. I like seeing the EV come back into the meta, though. She did receive some pretty heavy-handed nerfs there, and she fell out for a little bit, but she was still strong. She's always been strong. It was just kind of a perception thing. And now teams are figuring out, they're altering their play styles, and they're able to be very effective on this champion once again.
And you see the Fernando come out, you see the Drogos come out. So there's a lot of differences here in terms of the way Kings of the North have been drafting. The Drogos is similar, but prioritizing the Fernando, they only did that when they had to, and then they only did it for one game. Now they're going straight into this tactic and saying, this champion hurts our strategy.
Definitely there as well. The Drogo's taking away as well. That's a very good counter with the Dragon Punch there. So that's going to be off the table for D69.
Good decision making.
They're going to go into the Ying and the Cassie, however. Ying still sitting at that top tier spot for the healers as well. Cassie's just always been strong, always been there. She will continue to be so.
Bomb King selected. Let's see if they go for the Barrack. This could have been baited out by D69. Maybe they want the Barrack there to go a little bit of damage. So there it is. It seems like they're going to bait out the Barrack pick, because they don't want D69 to have the combo of the Ying. But I gotta say, is D69 setting this up to potentially counter this?
It will be the Makoa picked up, and that's a good response there. If you're able to pull Barrack out of his nest of turrets there, it's a very effective way to answer, especially when you've got those hard-hitting burst damage. You've got the Eevee and the Cassie immediately there to drop almost 2,000 damage into it, and the Makoa just capping it off with his bonus damage.
So here's Androxus on the side of Kings of the North. They've got one more pick as it follows up with Victor at the end. Another grenade spam, although the internal cooldown on that was it was basically put to 5 seconds, so you're only going to get 2 before you have to wait 5 seconds, but then the Grok. So, we're seeing a Fernando, a Barrack, a Grok.
They're going for the death ball.
Tanky. I wish to have seen a Maldamba, but we'll see if D69 has a chance at breaking this down. They definitely have the skill, or at least the record, to show that they should be able to handle this well, but let's get into seeing the rosters and who will be playing what on each team.
It's going to be Gerrah on Victor there for District 69, immediately going into the Haven there. So if we take a look at Kings of the North combo, go ahead and finish out introing D69 though. PERDO will be on Cassie, Bugzy on Makoa, eLvenpath on Ying, Shipa rounding things out for the 69 on EV.
And KOTN, they'll have SYER on Androxus, Menschmeyer on that Barrack, GodWillKill on the Fernando, Plazebo will be on Grok, and Faenex on the Drogos. Now, Nick, talk to me about these picks and maybe the map. Potentially, Victor is actually got a lot of line of sights here onto the point for this map, so maybe that's why D69 decided to grab him up here.
Yeah, he is going to be extremely effective here. Getting into it on the high ground, though.
Look at that.
Will be both teams clashing. Gerrah immediately pressured out. The dot is ticking. Will it be enough? No, he will receive a heal from his Ying, keeping him topped up. 12% in favor of Kings of the North right now, sitting comfortably. Menschmeyer on that Barrack on the point.
This is what they wanted. Shipa gets the kill, and now they're looking to snowball off of this. But Placebo's going to keep his Barrack healthy for the time being, but not if eLvenpath has anything to say about it. He's going to get the kill onto the Dwarf, and that's going to stop the sustain for just a moment as Fernando just jumps back in.
Ooh, a nice shatter comes through and puts a lot of hurt into GodWillKill. PERDO will clean up that kill. eLvenpath playing very, very well on on this Ying right now. Knew exactly when to pressure up onto Menschmeyer and knew exactly when to shatter on GodWillKill. Very, very high tier Ying play coming out of eLvenpath. A pick that he goes very far back with.
Yeah, he likes Ying a lot, and he's definitely been happy that Ying has jumped back into the meta, become viable. She's had a lot of changes in the beta phase, and so she's been taken out of the game. She's gone from more of a damaging champion, but now she's got the healing, and there's the objective being captured. The zone was too strong, and a lot of these times we'll see the zone just come out, and the teams are not possible in terms of getting back onto the point to contest.
Yeah, these higher tier teams are able to pull these zones off down a man. They keep someone on the point and are able to keep the pressure up. Using these choke points in the map here, we're seeing PERDO kind of sit in one of those right now. Shipa doing a good job finding the pop shots, keeping the pressure on. There is a flank over the house, and he will use it there.
Wow.
Finding a pop shot, blinking up and over, is running that teleport to get him substantial range there on that blink there.
Yeah, he's getting that extra range, and he's also looking to wormhole in and out, just poke out, get a big hit, and then see if he can snowball off. And this is what he wants. He wants to get that big damage in, force out a Grok Totem, force out, maybe take down some of the barrack turrets. And again, you see these turrets just right there in that corner, doing so much work, healing him up so much. At 119 health, he's going to stay alive, Nick.
Yeah, but he will return to find that those turrets are already taken out. The fire spit is going to be negated by Shipa's Shell Shield. Great heads-up play for him there. Here comes the Ice Storm. District69 looking to make their move. Shipa trades out with one. A nice hook from bugzy. He's going to take Plazebo into danger. He's taken out, and a nice fire spit coming through to help try and keep D69 at bay.
The Turtles got eyes on the King of the Skies, but it doesn't work because the reversal and the Turtle, they just don't match right now, although it would have been able to work. I think bugzy just missed that actual shot, and this could be big, but SYER, he goes down. Menschmeyer's back, turreted up, safe with his Grok behind him, and D69 having a lot of trouble pushing this.
57 seconds remaining in this push, but not much. They have crested the hill. They are pushing down into the end here. No one from Kings of the North is contesting right now. GodWillKill's waiting for that charge to come back up, but he will be taken down immediately after dropping the shield. All that's left is SYER to contest, but it won't be enough as he is taken down as well. D69 go up early, 2-0.
And there, the strategy works so well. We see D69 continuously opt for less tanks, as little tanks as possible in terms of their play styles. They don't really like to do it. They're not as enticed into doing it as like a lazy would be, is fine playing a Fernando. Sun Commander's fine playing a Fernando. We don't necessarily see that as much on the side of D69. Really bugzy. He's the only one who really jumps into those tanks and can be a traditional frontliner. eLvenpath as well. But it seems like this damage comp is kind of working for them.
Yep, definitely taking advantage of these Havens right now. Haven 2 online for every single member of D69 right now. They're not worried about Faenex's Drogos right now, just not respecting the pick.
Why is that?
If he's not able to connect on a lot of these shots there, if they're able to use all of these sight lines there to just dip behind cover, avoid the fire spit damage, that's really all he's been finding right now. Hasn't been super impactful right now. Hasn't found any really impact with that Dragon Punch as well.
That's right. The Dragon Punch is available, though, so maybe the impact will be found now, but not if he gets shot up into the air like that. And gerrah with the hit scan can take him down. Nobody's touched the point except Kings of the North, and 31% for them. So they prioritize the early game, but they keep losing that mid to late game, and now the zone is real. SYER, he's waiting for his team, as he should, but I love PERDO's reveal. He's going to use the scout for Cassie to see exactly where they are and give Shipa the heads up in terms of where he needs to blink to.
Shipa taking the worst end of that trade right now. North of 50 now is District69 on this capture, just sitting, waiting for all of their team members to group up, but they're losing so much space on this capture. Shipa around the backside is able to find a pick, taking the wind out of the sails of Kings of the North before they're even able to leave port.
That's right. No boat is going to be leaving. This stock is the 3-0 tagline. Starts up for D69, and they are just in control and have never been out of control in this fight. Shipa with some long-range shots. He's going to connect on the SYER, and he's going to try and see if he can snipe out the potential Grok trying to run away. He leaves his Fernando to, he's like, buddy, I can't help you there. You've gone too far. GodWillKill, though, he does take down PERDO in that battle.
I'm going to blink over the barricade right now, taking down that turret with one more shot, and he will get it. There, Plazebo is now very, very low. Needs to get around the corner. Drops the totem to heal his team up. Ice Storm is available. This is where we saw Shipa use it last time, but doesn't have a chance to get it off. Dragon Punch trying to just snowball this win. SYER found a kill on the bugzy. Is that duration nerf going to be enough?
I didn't think it was.
He will make it there. Faenex there finds gerrah.
That was fantastic. I didn't think it was going to reach.
Kings of the North able to stabilize now for the first time in this game. not on the back foot right now. They need to press this advantage out. This is where that experience comes into play. If teams are able to use these small wins and turn them into bigger and bigger wins, and it looks like they're trying to do just that. PERDO in the corner will be taken out with the Tempest, though. Find some heals onto Menschmeyer as well. So all things told, a nice Tempest coming out.
I like the way he used that. Used his Ghost Walk to get away and actually heal up while in Ghost Walk. A lot of players don't necessarily know this, but you can heal up while you are immune, and that just gives your guaranteed health back instead of trying to use your ghost, your totem, and then heal up but potentially take damage at the same time. The Ancient Rage from bugzy is enough to get a kill, and gerrah and PERDO are there to snowball off of it. Here's a potential hook. bugzy misses it, but he just needs the cannon, and that's going to allow D69 to finally make it out of this push.
Yeah, 45 seconds remaining with all of Kings of the North sent back to base, and D69 doing what they do best, moving out to forward zone, keeping this pressure on. They don't want to let these respawns get all synced up. They want to keep them staggered so Kings of the North never have a chance. But Kings of the North doing a great job here to not let that happen. Staying behind cover, staying safe, letting all members of the team return to the fight before they push up.
The composition of Kings of the North is meant to kind of sustain on the point, and they've done that early on, but they're really losing these flank battles that are coming out with Shipa, with Androxus. You know, although not being able to tackle the mobility of the Eevee, it just seems like they're holding here, but for how long? Again, PERDO getting 2, and now it is just a matter of time before the Grok falls with this intense pressure coming out from the Eevee, the Cassie, and the Ying.
But they're able to buy so much time right now. PERDO doing a great job. Target prioritization is key here. They're ignoring the Fernando, and now they will turn their sights onto him to take him down once all the other threats have been dealt with. We see the ultimate is available, not likely to come out. Nice disengage, juggles him back into the barrage, and D69 able to convert off the back of that mechanical play.
Wow, what a play there.
Sheesh.
What a combo. What timing by D69 to go ahead and secure the victory in game 1. That was a really nice performance.
Yeah, that barrage is actually very hard to land, and it has pretty extreme damage fall off. If you're just strafing out of it at normal movement speed, you will make it to the outside of that ring, taking 750 damage at a minimum there. So a great disengage there, keeping Menschmeyer inside of that barrage and able to convert.
And here we are at the in-game screen. You're going to see a lot of damage on the side of D69 and not a lot of damage on the side of Kings of the North. Again, we talked about this, Nick, but didn't seem like they were able to win those flank battles.
Yeah, bugzy only 20,000 damage, but very solid performances from gerrah, Shipa, PERDO, eLvenpath with a lot of healing as well. That was only a 9-minute game, able to find over 30,000 healing, almost doubling what Plazebo was looking to do. Even given the fact that Plazebo is pocket healing GodWillKill and Menschmeyer, eLvenpath still able to find that throughput.
Absolutely. And now let's go into the second map to see where they'll be taking on in Game 2. A chance for redemption with Kings of the North looking to figure out a way to get a win in the champion circuit, just get around at this point against the top 2 teams in Europe. As we get into game here, we're going to get into the picks and bans, see who's going to take who in this intense fight.
Frog Isle here, a lot of hazard ground here. Makoa, definitely a highly contested pick here.
Sure.
He's going to be almost guaranteed to be picked up early in this draft phase right now because there is just, we saw what Theo was able to do with it there. Throwing just constant pressure, people off the map, left and right. Eevee will be the first choice there. So much work done by Shipa on this pick last game.
Following suit, they seem to really love the Eevee, and that's a European style as well. The Fernando didn't work for them, so I doubt Kings of the North are going to prioritize that again. The Yang did so much work on the side of D69. It just feels like it's a little bit of a step behind, though. They see what works, and then they take it away, but it doesn't seem like they're really following their own strategy in terms of how to actually win this game. And
it's good to take it away, but you need to be able to play it as effectively as Elvin was playing.
Right. And now, so the Ying and the Androxus.
Gonna take that one away from PERDO as well. Fernando's going to be locked in here. Will it be the Makoa? No, the Drogo's going to be taken. It's a good combo pick to take because Drogos is oftentimes what teams will go to counter that Fernando, the Dragon Punch.
True.
Obviously, the juiciest target in the game is going to be Fernando, second only to the Ancient Raging Makoa.
And we've seen Kings of the North draft Drogos almost every game. So that was also a really good pick. bugzy, he loves Drogos. He's mained Drogos since I met him over in DreamHack in Sweden. And now the players decide to go with Cassie and Barrick to fall off with the damage and the tank to potentially round out their squad. Now it's time for D69, though, to answer back.
Can they answer with the Makoa? That's the question. That is the pick that I'm looking for. I'm surprised it's gotten through this far here. Kings of the North. That's what they're going to be looking to round things out with. Here's the victor. Will it be that final tank, or will they go with the healer? They will go with the Grok to just pocket heal the Fernando, so I'd be very, very surprised. Oh my god, no one's taking Makoa on Frog Isle.
Doesn't seem like they need it. Frog Isle, a really good map from Makoa. He can get a lot of hooks off. We saw Thiel do it extremely well, but the Bomb King gets picked up. We saw Kings of the North draft this before Faenex played it. Didn't have the best game, but maybe things will change as they get into game number 2 here in the set, with D69 having taken the first one pretty convincingly.
So Barrett going to be the sole front liner for Kings of the North right now. But introducing District69, once again, Grok will be played by gerrah. PERDO going to be on Victor this time. Shipa once again on Eevee. bugzy playing that famous Drogos, and eLvenpath taking up arms as Fernando.
Fernando will be on the side of D69, and Kings of the North, they're going to answer back with the King of the Skies, Androxus. SYER will be playing him. GodWillKill will be on the Ying. Menschmeyer is going to be on the Barrack, staying pretty consistent there. Plazebo will be on Cassie, and Faenex will follow it out. Finish up the lineup here on Bomb King.
A lot of blast shields coming out, 3 to be exact for Kings of the North here. A lot of respect given to Shipa, and especially to bugzy on this Drogos and the Eevee. Shipa's already proved that he can do work with Eevee. bugzy, obviously very famous for his Drogos play, just very consistent, so good at leading. I love watching him just stream playing Drogos there. I feel like I learned so much about leading targets.
Oh, he's fantastic. And it's one of the hardest things to do, I feel, in Paladins, is to really find those air shots as you're so mobile, with bugzy being one of the best in the world at doing so. He's, like I said, he's main Drogos ever since I saw him, about 3-4 months ago in Sweden at the DreamHack Finals, which his team, D69, won for $100,000. So he's looking to follow things up as they secure this point with 60% and counting over Kings of the North.
eLvenpath here finding the effectiveness with Fernando. We're seeing him get disengaged, but the charge is going to be good. He's going to be able to save himself. Back onto the map goes eLvenpath. He will just be electing to heal up on the point there. 99% will be captured out. Now, one change we didn't talk about yet is the change to the capture rate and the push rate for the payload. You no longer need to leave 3 people on the point to get that optimal capture rate. 1 person will do the trick. Same thing for the payload. 1 person will max that push out. We're seeing teams being so strong with that forward zoning now as a result.
Well, advanced guarding, as we like to call it, has been so evident in this FPS with this push type of secure the frontal space for us to push this payload. And at this point, we're seeing it become even more evident. There used to be a bonus for standing more players on the point, but now that that's gone, the real incentive for teams is to just zone out as much space as possible. And we're seeing these kind of really big stomps as a result.
Shot there coming out of Shipa right now, cutting off the healing. Poor Kings of the North, they're all in base right now. Faenex on that Bomb King, the only one respawning. He's being pressured out. Gonna drop to bugzy right now. Shipa just
almost push, man,
to fire these shots off. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. D69 able to close out that first round.
This is about a 6-minute game pace here that D69 are running. They have picked up a squad they feel comfortable with. The outdraft is real, and Faenex on the Bomb King 0-3 again, Nick. It just doesn't seem like this pick is having the impact that they want. It's just so hard to maximize this champion.
Yeah, especially against these high mobility targets there. eLvenpath on the Fernando, he's just going to be eating all that with his shield. bugzy and Shipa are in the air. Good luck hitting them. PERDO is going to be so far away that for you to be able to have a line of sight at him, you're going to have to be putting yourself in such a dangerous position.
That's right. He could poppy bomb over to the side.
Blast shield coming out now. A lot of respect for those blasters coming from Kings of the North here. We see Shipa does have the Ice Storm ultimate available for him. Here comes the scout to spot everyone out. D69 will not have the surprise factor heading into this fight.
There's no disengage yet. We saw the Cassie take down somebody from long range at this route, but the Grumpy Bomb, it's gonna secure a little bit of the point, get a stun onto gerrah, but what is the matter with it? Because there's no one else to fight there. gerrah takes down SYER actually in response, so after being stunned, Faenex is so low with that Grumpy Bomb, he's not able to even continue this fight. He gets sniped by PERDO, so the Bomb King's still not paying off for Kings of the North as 57% takes over for D69 again.
Dragon Punch coming through, picking up Menschmeyer. bugzy finding another kill there on the GodWillKill. Firespit's going to come through as well, keeping 1 person on the point, north of 90% now. D69 looking to go up 3-0.
Wow, bugzy just using these long-range rockets to zone out. 3-0 for D69, and the forward zone has bought so much space already for D69 that they are really sitting pretty here. It could be over in just a matter of moments. Menschmeyer is trying to do his best, but what can you do? There's so much pressure from Shipa, from gerrah, from every single person on D69. They are showing that they cannot be counted out in this battle for the best in Europe.
finally, the first round of ultimates just now coming out for Kings of the North. They have not been able to get any eliminations nearly up to this point. We're seeing that King Bomb just now coming up right now. This is how dominant D69 is coming out swinging right now.
Yeah, and it's so hard, of course, when you're getting starved from being able to get any eliminations or kills as a team. It's just going to be tough, and now the zone is so real with Eevee. She does such a good job of that. You've got the frontline zone with Eevee and the Fernando. You've also got the sustain from the Grok, but you got the backline pressure provided by Victor, that constant DPS. Here's a King Bomb, but I doubt he's going to stay alive, and he doesn't.
Bro.
And bugzy and PERDO take him down. Here it is, the Grok ultimate. He's going to try and secure this payload easily. Mitchmeyer goes down, and that's going to do it potentially, unless the Androxus has something to say about it. But no, they shut him down, and they shut down the game as well. 2-0 D69.
So dominant right now. That was a very, very quick game there. Kings of the North just barely able to get one round of ultimates, where we saw bugzy, I believe, got 3 Dragon Punches off. So that just goes to show how that game went there. We're not able to find any damage. They're just sitting in base waiting for those ults to charge.
It'll be interesting to see the stats of this game as we go into the stat screen. Check out exactly how much damage and how much eliminations D69 and, of course, Kings of the North were able to put onto each other. I'm expecting that it wasn't very much, considering they only got 1 round of ultimates.
Yeah, eLvenpath there on that Fernando was able to get a lot of that forward zoning done for his team, so they were not able to get through that shield. I believe a Doomsday did come out, and taking a look at some of these numbers here. Sub 10K for the Bomb King, sub 10K for the Ying there. Menschmeyer on the front line.
Let's talk about that Ying. Let's talk about that Ying, Nick. GodWillKill takes the Ying. eLvenpath did so well on it, but he cannot perform on this Ying. It's not necessarily...
It's a little bit him, but it's a little bit they were just really getting dominated in that game. It makes a bad situation look a little bit worse. All things told, it could still be the correct pick.
Heals just about as much as Gerrah, though, which is pretty impressive. As we get into the final potentially map here of this set, we got to see if Kings of the North can pull one out. D69 have said, we are here, and we mean business. So Frozen Guard is going to be where the game will take place. We haven't seen this map yet today, and it's a pretty exciting one. Pretty good for snipers, pretty good for victors. We'll see who they elect to go as we get into the picks advance.
Definitely. This could potentially be the final game of the European Champion Circuit.
Oh, wow.
That's a big step for us here.
For Europe, of course.
Yeah, for Europe. We still have North America tomorrow, but the first pick going to be over to District 69. Kings of the North, obviously the ones picking this map, as they did lose their Eevee. Going to be snatched up immediately. Wow.
This is forcing Kings of the North into an interesting decision, because now they have to say, do we want the tanks, or do we want to basically make sure that, okay, Kinessa's off the table, but what damage dealers can we prioritize, if any, considering now that Eevee's on the board?
I like it here. Going with that Fernando immediately. This pick has been so strong. Even receiving that nerf to his mobility, Fernando remains effective here in the meta. Androx is going to be picked up to complement that. District 69 have the Barrack Ying available. The Ying going to be picked up immediately here, sitting on this third pick. Taking their time to decide. It will be the Drogos there, likely to be played by bugzy. A good answer for Fernando.
I could honestly see D69 baiting out the tank lineup to go full damage again. I'm very interested to see what this is, but it doesn't look like Kings of the North are taking the bait. They're going to pick up Cassie here, and I think Victor would be a great choice, but it's going to go probably to the side of D69.
Yeah, Barrack's still on the table here. No healer yet picked up for Kings of the North here. Barrack going to be taken away. Barrack Ying. This is good. They're going to be holding down the point with this.
This is nice.
I'd expect maybe the victor. Yeah, that will be rounded out there. So now they have just everything covered. They're going to have dive from Eevee. They're going to have blaster pressure, tank pressure coming out of bugzy on that Drogos, and then Victor just content to sit there uncontested.
And you cannot mitigate Victor and Eevee and bugzy, right? On Drogos, right? You have to split that damage. You have to choose. Buck comes out. And this is a great pick, actually, as a dive onto Victor. I like this as a counter. They almost selected Eevee and said...
No heals, though.
No heals, that's true. It'll be just like all these other games, all or nothing. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. And Kings of the North say, well, we're going to do our best to win here. We're going to pick that all-in comp. Plazebo on the Buck on the side of Kings of the North. Faenex on Cassie, drops the Bomb King. Minchmeyer, no Barrack, so he's on Fernando this game. GodWillKill drops the Ying and goes on to Makoa. And SYER will now be on Androxus.
Gerrah this time going to be playing Ying for District 69 here. Shipa going to be playing Eevee once again. Elven going to be on Barrack here. 3 games, 3 champions for the Russian on D69. Bugzy going to be on that. Drogos, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. PERDO on Victor.
And Elvin's a really funny guy. He actually has that type of attitude where he feels confident, and he's just going to snowball off of that confidence. So it doesn't matter who he plays. He's going to tell you that. It doesn't matter. I know how to play them. There's a best build. I'll use it. Paladins, best game.
Best
So he
game,
goes
best
out
build.
here, best game, best build. I know exactly what I need to do, and here it is already starting very aggressive. The Fernando, it's not going to do too much because Bugsy's going to slay GodWillKill. Faenex, however, is going to take down Bugzy, so this is good. 24% already on the side of D69, 30% in counting, but Kings of the North have found a couple of kills. PERDO takes down Minchmeyer and SYER, following up onto Shipa here. eLvenpath trying to get into this fight. He's going to go on the barrack. Rocket boots away. He's got one more hit to take down the Cassie, but it doesn't matter because 60% and counting for D69 with PERDO sitting there on the Victor.
Good call for eLvenpath to sit on the point there. Doesn't want to overextend too much, but that is a massive hook there, pulling him way out of position. Going to be able to rocket boots back, but now he is under pressure from Fernando. Gets healed up by the Ying. The shield is out, though. They need to shred through. There's going to be a lot of point contest. 87, 90, 93 in favor of D69. This will go to overtime. Minchmeyer will drop, but will they be able to find the answer in time? It doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it at all. And here it is, overtime ticking away. There's no member of Kings of the North in sight, and that will mean that it will not be triggered. And now eLvenpath's going to be riding dirty with those turrets on that payload as Kings of the North try and figure out a strategy to contest this. And Nick, what are they going for here?
They're going to be abusing these corners right now. Faenex here in the tight corridors. Cassie trying to use those long range, finding the long distance pop shots as her fall off will not be a factor there. Long range shots, long range fire spit though gets returned from Bugzy. So clumped up right now as Kings of the North in this corridor, and Bugzy is taking full advantage of it right now. Picks off SYER, Shipa finds Minchmeyer. Faenex finally able to answer back on his Shipa, but will it be enough?
Yeah, and this zone has already done so well for D69. They're a minute and 46 in. There's 2 minutes and 40 on the clock. Elvin stayed on the payload. Nobody's contested. The long-range pressure from PERDO is going to help secure that. Finally, Minchmeyer shuts it down, but they're at the gates. They're knocking, and it's a minute and 30 left.
So much time left here at D69. Gonna be put on the back foot for the time being. Shipa here trying to find some poke damage while he waits for his team to respawn. Bugzy gonna be putting in some long-range pressure as well. He gets taken down. Plazebo eating 2 long-range blaster shots. That's got no fall-off, buddy. You gotta watch yourself.
You gotta watch yourself big time. Shipa's gonna blink in. He's gonna try to do some damage himself. I could see a sword, but no, a wormhole back to the other side. Try and poke out the Cassie and deal with that. There's the dodge roll. It's nicely done to secure herself a bit more time and activate that reveal to know exactly where the carries are. But wait a second, the carries, they're blinking in and blinking out. Doesn't matter if you can see Shipa, it's can you catch him?
So hard to keep a beat on Shipa right now on this Eevee, playing it so effectively. There he is in the backside. I lost track of him. He comes in with the Ice Storm. Watch your 6 Faenex, you get taken down.
There it is, the Dragon Punch from Bugzy. It looks like it's going to be far, but it's a perfect zoning tool to make sure nobody comes close. It does not happen. He gets the kill again.
The honor trade.
The honor trade. I'll take you down, you take me down, and we'll see you in the afterlife.
Taking a look at some of the items starting to come out now. We see the Master Ridings picking up from District 69 here.
I love it.
Kings of the North, yeah, whatever. Kings of the North there answering with a couple cauterizes. A veteran finally on to Minchmeyer. Kronos and veteran for McCullough there. There's a big pickups for those tanks because if they're able to find a slight window to heal up, it is going to be much, much more effective.
Well, here's the thing. Bugzy with the long-range fire spit, he wants to get to the point fast so he can actually zone out the very limited channels there are to arrive at the point for GodWillKill on the side of Kings of the North. Barrack, he needs to set up, so that's why eLvenpath's grabbing that. And the Ying, basically the pocket healer for Barrack, so they want to get together at the point at the same time. Watch this here. Bugsy's going to go in and literally zone out with fire spits. He's just going to make himself basically able to get in front of everybody, and there it is. You see the damage already coming through. Barrack and the clones are set up. This is impossible right now for Fernando to do anything about.
Lockdown available for eLvenpath. Just going to be content to drop turrets right now. PERDO finding first blood in the fight. Here he goes, telegraphing that accursed arm, though. eLvenpath with the perfect response with the lockdown, shutting down everything SYER was looking to do. He gets punished for his transgressions.
I love it, and it's 20,000 shielding on that ultimate from Barrack, so good luck, Androxus, getting that one down. There's 90% on the point, so that's why it's forcing the Fernando to jump onto it and contest with 93% there. He's going to keep his teammates alive. Bugsy's going to get a kill, but Faenex will take down PERDO, so the long-range direct damage is down, and it seems like it's almost over. Overtime is ticking, but the buck falls. Gerrah takes down GodWillKill. There's no Makoa, and now it's looking dim for the boys of Kings of the North, and 3-0 goes the score for D69.
5 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. D69 are already looking to close things out with a bang here in the EU champion circuit, looking to make a final name for themselves here before we head towards that gauntlet. But for the time being, it will be eLvenpath posting up once again on that payload. If it ain't broke, Don't fix it.
And I think they're making a statement. Like, I think you made a really good point there, is that they really want to let the fans know, they want to let the viewers know, they want to let the teams know.
They didn't play well last week.
They didn't do what they needed to do last week. We saw eLvenpath actually memeing about it, that shame on you, D69,
so
with the turtle. And now they're really coming out to say, we are a top-tier team. We won the big tournament.
Absolutely.
We won 100K. Nobody else has done that here in Paladins. So we're going to make sure that you remember our name and are prepared for us in this gauntlet.
If I'm one of the challengers teams heading into this gauntlet, that is who I'm definitely most scared of there. Bugzy for now. Going to be picking up Menschmeyer's deep into the backline. SYER finding good consistent shots. Faenex going to combine with him to clean him up. Cursed Arm not yet available. Just getting a quick survey of the battlefield and a huge reversal into Shipa.
And it's a minute and 21 seconds left. This could be the end of the game if they win this correctly. I love the zone out, and that's going to force the Fernando into a bad spot. Can't charge away, and so you're going to do nothing except go back to base, and that's it. They're going to give this up, it looks like. Buck tries to jump in, but get out of here, baby. Back to base where you belong, and that's going to secure the win for today in this game, and overall in the set for D69 over Kings of the North.
That's right. Closing out in style is District69 here, and that was going to be it for us here today, the EU Champion Circuit. Take a quick look back in case you missed it here. D69 not dropping a point to Kings of the North. Rough day for those boys.
Moreover, Kings of the North not taking a round off of PERDO or D69. Yeah. It's just a tough day for them. They're going to be able to be in the gauntlet, though. They're 0-6, so they want to get their first wins and keep their dreams alive as that happens next week. And a great announcement coming forward. We know Burrito has qualified for HRX, but we've also got we also have a Brazilian team that has actually been qualified for Hi-Rez Expo now, and that is Black Dragons. So Black Dragons will actually be joining us from Brazil. They have qualified for the Hi-Rez Expo, and congratulations to them and all of the teams who have been qualifying thus far for this $150,000 tournament coming up real soon, Nick. I don't have a watch,
right.
but I feel like that was an appropriate
freckle
gesture.
past a hair here.
Freckle past a hair.
Match points already qualified. We've had Nocturnes qualify.
Yep.
Burrito, of course, qualified out of EU here. Still to remain here. We the Chinese wildcard. That's always fun to kind of see
nice.
what they've got up their sleeves there, as well as our teams coming out of the NA and EU gauntlets.
And remember, there is a giveaway link. We're giving away 2 Founders Packs. The winners will be announced in chat, so make sure you check that link and enter it for the last few minutes while we keep the stream alive. My name's been Rainday. This is Hi-Rez Pretty Hair. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for the NA side of things. Match point. We're excited to see you, baby. We'll see you all there.